laugh a lot because you're here.
Oh, we're gonna be.
Oh, what? I'm a funny guy. I'm a funny guy just dressed like a clown. Makes you think I shouldn't have a
Hello.
gun neither.
Welcome to Odd Talks. We are joined today by the Commander Shepard.
Citadel
Or
Spectre
knockoff.
and Alliance Drag Queen. Hey.
So, how's our week been?
It's been all right. It's been cold, you know.
Did you get that too?
No.
No.
It's cold.
I'm sorry.
Yo, dude, I was annoyed
There's a network
earlier
on
this
mine,
week.
That's why I said that.
The Weather Channel said it was going to snow, and I was excited. But it just rained instead. So I don't know
Dude.
what that's about.
Where I am currently, I live in the middle of Texas, so it never snows. But we're under a winter storm watch tomorrow, and it's supposed to snow 5 inches for some reason. And if it does, I'm running through that naked. I'm gonna full on arms in the air.
At least
gonna
you're
be
able
your
to do that.
first time.
Unless I take like an 8-hour trip up north, like I ain't getting nothing.
But most likely what will happen is it will snow, but it won't stick 'cause the ground hasn't been cold enough. So
Yeah. I think it snowed here, but it snowed in the higher elevations for me, and I live in a bowl. So
Oh, you've been like praying for snow for the past how many days now?
I really wanted some snow.
You just,
And
every day.
that's probably why I've been drinking so much the last couple of days, because
sadness of
that
non-snow.
disappointed.
Imagine drinking because you just wanted to snow.
It is.
Hey, don't make fun of him for that, okay?
I mean, I can get
Don't
behind
make
that.
fun of him.
I mean,
I want
See,
snow.
he gets me.
Oh, I
He
get
gets
it.
me.
what you get a lot of snow up where you are?
Yeah, north we get a lot of snow. We had foot the whole couple.
You wanna,
weeks with Christmas?
You want to trade hemispheres so we can get more snow?
Here, this is what I'll do. I'll send the snow down south, but it's
Ship
a little
it?
warmer there, so I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, buy a Yeti cooler and
Oh,
just
you-
pack it full of snow and mail it to me.
Wouldn't that just become ice at that point, though?
Not if
Oh.
it stays cold and snowy. If
mean-
it melts, I'm requesting a refund.
Okay.
And we're not paying for shipping.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, and please use UPS this time.
I'm not Amazon, okay? I can't
You-
do that. I can't work this magic.
Do you
I will
wanna
never.
be?
I know, right?
I can get Elon. I can get
Use
Elon on the
UPS.
hotline
No,
right now.
No, you know what? I'm glad I didn't use UPS. I know you got it late, but I tried to send this little tiny package to this one here using UPS. They wanted $50.
Nope,
they were a
nope.
And it was going
pricey.
to take 2 weeks. It was going to take 2 weeks. I was like,
Okay,
I'm not paying
that's
$50.
ridiculous.
What?
I think it took that anyway with you.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
Mm-mm.
By the way, it was delicious.
I'm glad you liked it.
I wanted more.
I think he sent him snow without and didn't send me any because you can eat snow and it tastes like snow as long as it's not yellow.
He gave us some flavor, though.
You want a
I
little
mean,
tart
is it-
flavor?
Did you eat the brown
That's
snow?
That's just
Well-
lemon flavored, or no, that's chocolate.
Oh, he's talking about the brown snow that we get around
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
See?
my controller it moved.
Ha. Imagine your controller's breaking.
It's so I know it's so sensitive. If I even tap it, I'll go flying.
We'll be lucky enough if it does snow and it lasts for the majority of the day.
Yeah.
That's
If
kind of how
if
it is for me.
Snows, and I can go roll around in it, I'll be satisfied. But
You'll
if it
be-
just
Fair.
plop and then melts, I'm gonna be big sad.
So the thing with me was that it snowed 3 times within the history of my area. I was just very fortunate enough to be alive for all 3 of those times.
Wow. The last time it snowed for me down here, where it was like a big snow, I was in 10th grade. So it's been quite a few years now.
Yeah,
I gotta see my picture to see when.
I
last
get
time.
snow in my area, but it's just not as big as it usually is. And it used to be back in I always hear stories every time someone says it's gonna snow here soon. It's gonna be like the snow back in '93. Apparently, before I was born, the snow in my area was really bad. I think they said it went up to a foot. But ever since then, it never goes above 3 inches.
It's because you were born. The gods are
It's
just
probably because
Yeah,
I was born.
it
I was
yeah. I think I think the most snow we ever got was almost 3 feet.
I don't know. If we get an inch here,
Right.
You're still gonna play in it. Naked.
you know it, dude. I'm gonna throw my dog in it and watch him disappear. And
Oh, my
dog's
cat
not gonna
got
go
so
anywhere, but-
scared. Like, the times before I did take her out was to get shots. So she kind of got scared for going outside ever since. So when it snowed and I had her outside, she was freaking the fuck out on me. I'm all like, okay, fine. I'll put you back. I'll
I
play in the
love
snow
it when
myself.
animals do that. Animals playing in the snow and you throw them in the snow.
No,
Or
it's
you
the
get the
best.
ones who are just like, they're like, I don't know what this is, but they're going to roll around in it and get fucking soaking wet.
Yeah, especially if your pet's never seen snow before, and you just
Yeah.
watch them go outside, and they're like, "What in the?"
What
When my
happened
cat
to
was
life?
younger, I took him out in a harness and I just plopped him in. Like, got 6 inches of snow, and he just walked around the backyard.
Fun stuff. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do some spoilers on Cyberpunk. Tell me your
Big
opinions.
spoilers, big spoiler warnings for anyone for this further. From this point beyond, you might hear the ending of some of our endings of Cyberpunk. So just warning you. Can't be mad.
Johnny Bravo dies.
I was really upset when Johnny Bravo died, and can't even.
Yeah, no, his long golden, spiky hair, big sad.
What? Okay, I don't know what this is.
Okay.
You don't know? You know who Johnny Bravo?
Whoa,
is?
I do know who Johnny Bravo is, but I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, it was a joke. There's no Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not in the
Makes a
game.
mod. Until someone makes the mod where Johnny Bravo replaces Johnny Silverhand.
If somebody replaces Johnny Silverhand with Johnny Bravo, I will replay the game like 15 more times.
Yeah.
So you beat it.
I think I would too.
Yeah, I have gotten 2 of the endings for
You
it.
got 2. So which 2?
So the first one I got was, oh geez, what did I do? I remember how the ending went. I ended up going up to space because I went. Oh, I let Johnny take control. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. You let.
So I let
okay.
Johnny take control, which ended up, going through. You go through with Rogue, and
Yeah.
stuff happens. Stuff blows up, people die. It's Cyberpunk.
Naturally.
And then I woke up in your like apartment. You're like the leader of the afterlife or something like that. And then
Ooh.
next big mission, you get greeted by some dude that's like, "Yo, lots of money, space travel." I was like, "Heck yeah, I want to go to space." So, and you actually get to like walk around in space in like a spacesuit and like put your helmet on and stuff,
Oh.
and then you jump out the door and it shows a cutscene and then it ends.
I
and was
think
sad.
that's like the secret ending.
Oh.
I don't know. I thought the secret. No, I thought the secret ending was the one where you like live, because you're still dying in that ending.
So, because I read like the endings, and I read one that was similar to that, and they said like that's the secret one where you have to do the whole Johnny line prior to starting the final mission to
Oh,
get that one. So maybe the article was just wrong. That's just what I read.
No, because you wake up and whoever your romance partner was is there, and you tell him, I'm dying still, because
Yeah.
you get the chip out or whatever. But
Yeah.
you're still dying. But no, so I was still dying in that. But it like shows you jump out of a spaceship and start floating toward this big space casino. Well, then you like look,
Huh.
pull back your pistol, and then the game just ends, and I was sad. The second ending I got, which I'm pretty sure is the bad ending, I went with the Hanako's ending to let Arasaka help me.
The Arasaka. See, I didn't think it was a bad ending, but go ahead.
Well, that depends. So you go through the whole rehabilitation process, and it turns out you're still going to die,
Yeah.
even though they get the chip out.
Yeah.
Did you sign the form, or did you let them take you
I-
back down to Earth?
I wanted to go back home.
See, that's where I chose. I signed the form because I wanted to live. So you end up getting put pretty much in the electric chair to have your soul uploaded into their
Oh.
machine, and it starts that song, the Fade Away or something like that that Samurai plays, but it's the woman singing it. Dude, I got so emotional with that part because I just see my character in this chair, this visor over, and it starts zooming in, and it's playing that sad music, and it just flashes and it goes to credits, and I was like, no.
So you
Ah.
pretty much got wiped, memory wiped right there.
Yeah, and those are the only endings I've done so far. I need to go back and do the other ones, but
Brianna says the secret one was where you storm Arasaka alone.
you can store it alone without anybody's help. I didn't think that was possible.
So the ending I did was, I took the pill that Misty gives you to permanently wipe Johnny Silverhand from your head, and then I went up with the Arasaka sister. So so there was no one with me. So I don't know if that's the one they're talking about. It was literally just me and Arasaka and the sister. And we like, what was it? She pretty much goes to her brother, takes over. The brother gets the father's like personality injected into him. So it was the father living in the son.
Yeah, that's
He like basically retakes over Arasaka, takes control of it, and then like forms an alliance with like Miltech and all the other companies, and they pretty much like have another war almost, but then they resolve it. But while this is happening, the sister keeps to her word, and you go into space and you live this like hellish nightmare where you're trying to like rehabilitate yourself, because when they took the chip out, it pretty much broke your brain. Like V didn't know how to do like basic cognitive functions besides like walking around and talking. She couldn't figure out cubes, and you had to do all these like medical tests over and over again. And it was like an hour. It felt like an hour of just doing the same thing. I felt like I was going insane. And while she's doing that, she starts hallucinating. But then like eventually, after like an hour of doing these stupid menial tasks, like V finally comes to. She gets, basic memory back, able to perform like basic tasks. And then you have the choice of, do I sign my memory over or do I go back to Earth? And I chose go back to Earth.
Wait, so if you keep doing the tests, you'll eventually be able to do them?
Yeah, like I figured them out. Like
my
V figured it out.
Oh, I got fed up with doing it, so I made her throw the Rubik's Cube across the room. Oh, no.
Oh yeah, that's right, because I had that option as well, where you could throw it or figure it out. And I was like, well, I've been here forever, so just solve it, V, and then you're good.
Oh yeah, I chunked it across the room, and the nurse ran out like sprinting. I was okay.
Shep, you're having your hip.
Your hip tracker's kind of
Woo. Yeah, let me like sit somewhere else. Oh, that's
so. Side missions, and are they how are the side missions?
Oh, dude, I think honestly some of the side missions were better than the actual main storyline.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of them because I actually got 20 hours into the game and then went and restarted because I didn't like how my character looked. So I ended up, because there's a choice at the beginning of the game, because you have to go get all these upgrades because you get like a virus or something, and normally if you're not going to do a bunch of side quests, you go pretty much straight to that mission, and it costs $21,000 to get these upgrades. And obviously you don't have that because you started a new game.
Right.
Well, I knew that was going to happen this time around, so I went and did a bunch of side missions, got like level 15 before I ever went and did that mission, and got $25,000. Well, then you just pay the dude and it acts like nothing happened. I was expecting some sort of Easter egg or something to be like, yo, you cheated, but no.
Oh man.
But I mean, the side missions are pretty cool. A lot of okay, so something I don't like. I feel like certain parts of the city. Obviously, you can go there whenever you want. You can go anywhere in the game, any point in time, pretty much. But the thing I didn't like was, even if you can go there, you're not the right level, so you're gonna get shreked by everything. So, like, it would have been more enjoyable for me if it was like, oh, this side mission it randomly gave me, I'm level 5. That's a level 50 dude. And you want me to murder his face, and I can't do that because I have a little water pistol, and he's got a rocket launcher.
I mean, you can. It just takes forever.
Yes, and then he, like, when he takes a step and the vibrations through the ground knock you down and kill you. Like, it's something. It's like,
what the fuck are you fighting? The Hulk? Jesus.
No, it's just some beefy boy.
The animals.
it's an animal, it's usually a woman that looks like a man, but
Oh,
that's
The animals were a funny gang. I didn't really care for them, but they were hilarious because they're just roided out people.
well, you know, I assume you know about the whole wrestling, not wrestling, but boxing thing.
Yeah,
Like
that
where you
was a
got
fun. That was a fun quest line.
yeah. So there's a whole quest line that has like you get it as soon as you pretty much start the game. This coach walks up, it's like, "Yo, go punch these dudes in the face for money," and you're like, "Okay, that sounds good." Um, and so you get these quests, and they're really hard to quest, like especially for that level. Like you can beat the first dude pretty easy, but the other ones, depending on your difficulty, are pretty
Gotcha.
hard. And so the last one I did, I don't know, I guess it depends on what order you do yourself. But the last one I did before the final boss was the animals person, and I would expect it to be some dude. No, it is this muscular woman that is like looks like she's kind of scary looking. I forgot her name, but after I did that mission, I walked around the. I forget what I did. I think I had another mission to kill somebody in the animals place right there.
Yes. Yes.
So I just walked up and boom.
Yeah, because the way the mission progression, I guess if you do the animal ones first, the boxing, you gain access to that area. So when
Yeah.
that mission comes in, you have to go in and like I guess you're supposed to sneak around, but you
Yeah.
just walked right in and you killed them.
Yeah, I
because
just
you're friends
shoot
with them.
shoot the dude, and then they all turn on you. Well, so does the lady in the ring, but she can't die. So, but she also doesn't move. She can't get out of the ring, so you can shoot her as much as you want while she's trapped in this pit, and then she just gets back up.
I'm expecting to see that lady in Vrchat in the next.
Yo,
Little bit.
Yeah.
I wish they would start ripping. I'm like, all I've seen is Judy and Johnny.
Yeah.
Like,
I heard it's very difficult because the UV maps are all messed up and no one can figure out because there's something with like flipping them or something. They just won't line up. At least that's what someone was telling me.
anti-rip protection. Nice work,
Maybe.
CD Projekt Red.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
You got to
you do
protect your quality stuff somehow.
Did you do the river line?
Yes, I may have slept with him because he gave me a gun. So
What?
please tell me he didn't give that to you, even if you didn't do the dirty.
Yeah, he gives it.
Oh, it's all right, Shep. It's all right.
Let me just
buddy.
say that pistol's amazing. I have the legendary version, and it does like 700 DPS, and it's
Yeah, he
sick.
gives. He like. I think for me, he called me up after and he's like, "I have something for you. Just come over." And I picked it up because we went up on the water tower, and the whole time I like let him on, and then
Oh.
like at that very end, I said no.
No, if you do that, that's what I was like. I was like, okay, you know what, whatever, and I did it, and I went through with it, and you do the thingy or whatever. But you're on the water tower. Before that ever happens, you do the lip thingy, where where you people put their lips together. And he's like, "Yo, you can have this," and you're just like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And he's like, "Yo, let's go back down to the house now. You could stay over. I think. Let me ask my sister first."
It was. I mean, I love that line. Did Nightcore? Did you do it? Ugh.
I'm the only one that did the dirty with the go. I mean, so Johnny, afterwards, you wake up the next morning, you get you get River's tank top. By the way, that was actually a really good shirt.
Okay.
It's a white. It doesn't have any bonuses, but the armor on it was great for at the time. So I had that for a minute. But you like wake up or whatever, and you like get coffee, and you're walking in the hall, and Johnny's like, "I can't believe you made me do a cop." It's like, oh no.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's like, what were you watching?
The river line I think was my favorite of the whole side quest. I thought the story of it was phenomenal. Like, yes, I said it. I know. Yeah, what? Are we gonna have a counter?
Soon we will have
So
a
you didn't
counter.
do any of the river quests? Nightcore.
No.
None.
Oh wow.
Make sure you do it because it's really
Yeah.
freaking good.
The river
hardly
story
playing
is
it.
really good.
Like the last time I played was on my last stream, and
play.
that didn't even go well because everything messed up, and I had to cut it short.
Yeah, I know. But when you see the river quest, do it because the story was just like at the end when you had to choose like which farm to go to. I was literally sitting there like, oh my god, please make the right one, please make the right choice. It was like
What?
freaking out.
Wait, there were multiple farms you could have chose?
So mine, we narrowed it down to 2 places that we could have gone to
Oh,
find the
really?
bad guy, and it was like a north and a south one. And like I'm literally like, yeah, because it's had the map comes up and he's like, we have the data. You need to pick one. Maybe did you hack anything? Did you
Yeah,
find the IP address?
I did. Yeah, I did.
I didn't.
I forgot what there was. It lets you
Yeah.
find the IP address,
Yeah, because you had to have
but
intelligence at a certain amount, and I didn't
yeah, I
have
think
it.
I did something like that. But yeah, I only had one farm to go to, and we just went to the one. And
Oh, see, I had a choice, and I was freaking out because like I didn't want to make the wrong decision, and like they got away. But like just
that
like
was
the one thing I love about CD Projekt Red and their Quest developers is that they know how to like get you to connect with the characters like on an emotional level. So like as you're doing this, like you're building this relationship with River and his sister and his sister's kids. Like you do the virtual reality
yeah, the
thing with
augmented
them, and you're
reality thing
like
was
you
pretty
just
neat.
feel like you're like part of that group. And like when they convey emotion so well. Like River, you could tell, like you felt his like emotions coming out. He was angry. He was like freaking out because he wanted to find everyone. He wanted to, catch the criminal and everything. And I thought it was just, it's just too good, too good.
Yeah, it was the only one I didn't get to do because I got to romance both River and Judy.
Yeah,
I didn't get Pan Am. Is she not? Does she just go for the male characters, or does
yeah.
she not go?
You can't romance Pan Am if you're female.
Yeah, that's why. Because yeah, we're like sitting on the couch in the house. And I'm like, hey there,
Yeah,
Pan Am,
Yeah,
and and
yeah.
she's just like, ew, gross, and like kind of
she leads you
slides
on.
over.
The whole conversation before is like you guys are like playing together, like these little jokes, and you're like, I mean, I think any
I don't know
basic
why they
person would think
respond.
this person's coming on to me. Like, there's no way she's not. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden, like, you touch her thigh, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
she
Like,
was like,
no.
chill, step bro.
It's just I actually, because I was streaming at the time and I was afraid it was gonna go to like a sex scene. So I cut the stream off and then I chose the thigh one, and then I was mad because, or I wasn't mad, I was upset because I didn't get that progression. And then I went back and did it, chose the other one, the other choice you could do, and it was basically the same thing. Like you can't
Yeah,
go any further.
until someone does a mod, because like I'm sure you've heard of the mod that came out where it allows male players to romance Judy.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear
Yeah,
that.
there's a mod out now. So apparently you couldn't romance Judy at all as as a male character, but now there's a mod that lets you, but it's completely voiced by the male character. And like I think CD Projekt Red actually came out and said that that was an intended feature. We just either they forgot to put in or they cut out at the last second
Yeah,
or something. So I'm kind of wondering if it's the same thing for Pan Am.
maybe.
They just have to figure out how to get
Did
around
you
it.
hear the massive rumor that's going on with CD
No.
Projekt Red and Cyberpunk? Did
Well,
you?
what's the rumor?
Okay, so there's a huge rumor that CD Projekt Red said it was false, but it kind of made sense in a way. I don't know if I believe it or not, but they were someone apparently talked with the developers and one of the higher ups, and they were saying that the game actually had a game breaking bug in the UI system. Um, and that's the reason why they kept delaying it. But the corpos up top were telling them that they have to release the game, or they're going to lose investment money. But according to this Reddit article, they basically said that in order to get the game out, they scrubbed like 30,000 lines of dialogue and all these like locations and stuff, like content of the game,
Damn.
and then like kind of compiled it. And then they were planning on fixing it, and apparently like the full version of the game was supposed to come out this June.
Well, I mean, even if that, so my take on it is, even if that was the case, I still had an amazing time playing it. I'll
Oh yeah,
definitely do it
absolutely.
again. So if they add in this free content pack that was supposed to be in there, I'm not going to complain.
No,
It's free content.
Yup.
that's supposed to.
What about
Early-
this paid one that's in June?
I think that's the multiplayer. Well, at least that was what people were spreading. I don't
Well,
know.
they haven't really even shown anything of that. So I'm wondering what that's even going to be like. Because if it's just like TDM and stuff. I don't think that's going to be very
No,
fun.
I heard like a while ago that they were thinking of making it kind of like GTA Online ish.
That would be interesting.
That would be fun. How would
Shoot,
like
if they even added just a co-op mode to the story, like, I mean, that would be
Yeah.
fun too. Like,
they need like the DLCs and the updates, the patches and stuff is probably when I'm gonna replay it. My Street Kid, I want to see like a barber,
definitely.
basic cosmetic adjustments. Like I want augments. Like I want to actually have like different limbs. Like I want to be able to chop my legs off and get some new ones.
Yes, that's something I'm hoping they add in a free content pack. 'Cause you see all the Arasaka people, and they have like their bodies, they have like peg legs, like
Yeah, the
slicey
Maelstrom,
legs and
like
stuff. Like,
that would be so cool.
I want actual interactivity with the gangs out there. You know, like why not add some storylines where you can become gangs? You know, like you can go ahead and like follow like their crew and like their story and like like what they do on the daily. Like
Yeah, I remember like a couple months before it came out, they basically said like you weren't going to be able to join one of the gangs, and I was kind of questioning it. Like, well, why not? Like, what's the? I don't understand why
I
they
mean,
went that route without the
it's
affiliation.
it sort of makes sense because the whole story, obviously there's a time before you get the chip in your head, but the whole time you're pretty much focused on trying to get the chip out of your head essentially. So I guess you wouldn't have time to join a gang. I don't.
well, I mean, like world destruction happens, calamities are, imminent, the world is going to be, destroyed by the big giant like, like a wizard or death monster or
Yeah.
something like that, like in all these other games, and you can go ahead and like do like
that
crappy
is
ass
true.
like
is true.
transport quests where you like walk like half
Yeah.
a mile per hour, like like
Come on,
It
Grandma,
would've
we'll get
been-
you
it
to the
would've been
next.
cool. I mean, like it would have added a lot. Like
That is
you
true.
joined, say, like I don't know, Miltech, and then you had anytime you found Maelstrom, they'd probably attack you or something. They could add like little aspects like that. Like you couldn't go into certain areas without being attacked if they knew who you were affiliated with.
Yeah, that actually would have
like
been
getting
kinda
that
cool.
tattoo from Wakako, like like it was a tiger claw tattoo,
Yeah,
right?
I think
Like
Did that actually ever
that should have
show
probably
up?
affected you. Like it should
Like,
have.
Yeah,
did that ever actually show up on your model? Because I don't ever remember seeing that on your
It does.
model. Because
I think so.
the original
does.
thing they give you is that thing on your hand, but even though I swapped over the tattoo, I still have the thing on my hand. So was that just a bug for me, or did I just not?
The
see that?
the tattoo is changeable. Like it's there.
Oh.
As for like what you see on your actual hand, that's because of the augments.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I guess sounds like to me there wasn't very much for augments in Cyberpunk, and that's what everyone was excited for.
Yeah, I was
yes.
really shocked about that. Go ahead, Nightcore.
No.
That's all I was gonna say.
Well, I mean, the last time that we had that discussion, like I like made a big fire like towards like the character creation and like how
Yeah.
limited it was, like especially like in game, how you're so limited to what you can wear because it's necessary to wear those leveled gear, but they look like shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, I literally found one dress that I liked, and I wore it the entire game, and it was the Corpo, like, red and black one. That was it.
Yeah,
whole
so
game.
you got to be able to change your outfits and clothes throughout the entire game, like every 10 minutes.
You
That's
can,
kinda
but it was,
disappointing.
like, they were, like, weird, like, non-appealing for the most part.
Yeah, they got to have some sort of transmog system because you'll have this armor that really goes with other pieces and you look freaking amazing, and then you find this old ratty. You could have like a bulletproof vest on that looks like it would stop anything. You get hit by a car and you'll be alive. And then next thing you know, you kill a freaking Maelstrom gangster and he's got this old ratty, moth-eaten, like smells like a sewer jacket, and it's better than your bulletproof vest. So you have to put it on because it's better.
Oh, that's
Honestly, for the
that's
longest
screwed
time,
up.
I was wearing, like, low-level gear because I didn't like my higher level stuff. And another thing I would like to see is if I'm wearing, like, a dress, why can't I wear a vest over it and it show?
Yeah, there's some armor things like that I was like, okay. I don't like. Okay, I never wore a hat at all.
No, the
No,
hat is
no.
I hate it.
silly.
what what it did to your hair. Like, you would put on a helmet, and you got okay. Let's say you have hair down to your shoulders. You put on a helmet. You expect your hair to still be down. No, they freaking shave the back of your head and put all these designs into it, and it's one of the hairstyles you can get in character creation. But if I put on a hat, I don't want to have that hairstyle.
Yeah.
I don't want
and
to
if you
shave the
had
back of my head.
like the fedora, if you had the fedora, you had like a 50s haircut, which I thought was kind
Yeah,
of cool. But like,
and like a lot of other caps, you put it on and your hair gets. Let's say you have short hair, you have like your hair shaved or whatever. You put on a hat, your hair gets really long and goes down your back. Like it was weird.
that's like these little things, what kind of makes me like believe the rumor.
So
Well,
you with the whole transmog, mentioning transmogging. Glad you mentioned that because I'm not the only MMO fanatic around here now. So you can technically do that, but with outfits. Like there's that section within your inventory, like where you set
yeah,
outfits. Now
there.
that's like the explanation for transmogging. Like you go ahead and have your regular equipment on with all the stats, but you change the appearance of the outfit that you put on. So,
But aren't the
I mean,
outfits just like hazmat suits and
Yeah, and the
yeah,
network.
yeah. So that's
stuff
the
I
bad thing,
sold?
like how limited this like goddamn
Yeah.
If they'd made it to where you could just have a button where what you're wearing, it was like create outfit, and it took the
Yeah.
appearance of those, and you could put it on that section right there.
Yeah.
Boom. Problem
Yeah.
Yeah, I
solved.
mean, the whole system for transmogging is literally that, like they just really need to go through with it. Like,
It
it
would
would
make
be very
sense.
nice.
It would be. I agree. I mean, like as much as I love the game and I'm biased towards the genre and everything, I still have my nitpicks with it.
I mean, I don't
Like,
appreciate it took until my second playthrough of being about 40 hours in until I realized I could upgrade something.
Come on.
I thought you had to keep crafting it over and over
no.
to get it better, and I didn't realize there was a thing out here that said crafting and then upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah, I got rid of all my Witcher gear, and then I was like, upgrade. And I was like,
Oh, another
Damn.
thing. They make it. It's like okay, so like the whole trailers with the samurai jacket and everything. I don't know about you guys, but like it took me like the very end of the game to get it. Is that?
yeah, that's how it was for me. You get the Johnny replica.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
the end, like the last mission. Like
Yep.
I didn't understand that at all. Like that
Yeah,
was your staple of the game. Like the trailers was that jacket.
yeah,
Like
because
why would you restrict that to the end of the game?
you do get it to a point where you can keep playing with it, don't you? Or it's not like a final thing where
No, but like for me, it took it took me up to 100 hours for me to do the final mission.
yeah, 'cause I forget you get it.
I
I
did
think
all the
like
side stuff.
because Rogue gives it to you, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she gives that to you or whatever, and then I didn't even wear it. It wasn't even better than what I have. I have a like a duster on I got from that from whenever there was Netwatch and there was the
Yeah.
big beefy guy that was like I plug you in with virus or whatever.
Yeah,
That
the
guy,
Voodoo Boys.
yeah, I killed that dude and took his duster and it's
Yeah.
got like it was amazing, a legendary. And then you get Johnny's jacket and it's like
Yeah,
trash can.
my corpo dress with the ×2 armor mod on it was better.
Yeah, I had that duster and I have like 2 or 3 legendary armor mods for it. So it's like it's amazing. And then Johnny's jacket, I'm not even wearing Johnny's stuff. The only time I wore it was during the band get together quest. Like
Yeah. That's why I'm waiting to play through it again. Cuz I do love the game and I want to play it, but like I want the bugs to be fixed and I want the new content to whatever
did
it
you
is.
did you try all the intros or did you just do the corpo one?
I started the Street Kid. I have not tried Nomad.
I do for me, my personal opinion, I think corpo one's the best one, honestly.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the most lengthy one, and I mean, it's most appealing because you're on the top. Like
Well,
you're on top of the world. You get all this money, and you can use the money before you go ahead and get fucked over.
I did hear that.
hey, you can do that.
Yeah,
What?
apparently you could. Yeah.
What can you buy? Everything?
That I don't know, cause
Yeah, the
like
people were
I'm
saying
not a
like
filthy fucking corpo.
yeah, people were on like Reddit and stuff were saying like apparently if you like didn't do like literally anything, you just went off and ran around, you could use up all the money.
That's amazing. Why didn't I do that?
because we were too excited.
Dude, do you know how many freaking dolls you can rent with $100,000?
Oh, the joy toys.
At $100 a session.
I thought it was 300 at least.
It was only 100 for me.
Maybe I just don't remember. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
It's because I'm Space Commander.
It's true. You
Yep.
probably had the commander discount.
Yeah. You saved the galaxy a couple of times there.
Like 3, you know.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, can we all agree the car chases were crap?
You mean like the Delamain stuff, or just like car chases?
No,
in general?
when you got into a car chase, for some reason, like the concept of speed did not exist.
You know, someone else was telling me, one of our other friends, Argonaut, was complaining about the racing in that game too. He did not like it.
Not like the perception of speed in the game, I don't think was portrayed accurately, because like I'll be on my bike and I'll be going like 150 and I'll be looking and it's like I don't feel like I'm going 150. I feel like I'm going 70 miles per hour. Like it didn't feel right. And then when you get in these chases, like it's a cutscene and you're hanging out the window, it's like
Yeah, that's like especially at the beginning of the game, right after you go rescue that woman, and freaking Jackie's like, "Yo, let's go get some food, Holmes," and you're going like 20 miles, and you're supposed to be racing back home because your place is going into lockdown. You have like 10 minutes to get there. You're like 100 miles away, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go 10 miles an hour, boys. Let's go get some food."
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh no. And I was just like, Jackie, step on. He's like, oh right, 11 miles an hour.
yeah. I don't know. Like
Hmm.
even like in The Witcher, I mean, when you're on Roach, it felt like you were going the appropriate speed. It's like they didn't calculate it right or something.
Maybe it's just one of those things they're gonna have to fix that was messed up. Because I did notice after like the first update they did to fix things, like because cars were really drifty, it swerved everywhere.
still
Like
do
after that first update, like I haven't had that problem at all. So
They still
My
do that
fa-
with me.
My favorite car bug is when, like, if a car is driving next to the divider, sometimes they spawn in the middle of it, and you just see the car like driving through a divider and it's like, crashing through it.
I've had my car spawn and and there's another car parked on the highway, and they drive into it, and then it
Yeah.
phases into reality, and the car goes boop. And just like on top of my car, and I'm just like, okay.
There's one spot where if it goes up a hill, you're driving, and every once in a while you'll drive up the hill, and the hill comes like this, and then it straightens out. But there's one spot, very specific. Once you cross it, you go through the map, and the game breaks. Like I've done it
Thanks for the
5
follow.
times now. You just go up, and it goes.
I think
everything goes black.
I saw something on one of your clips or something where
It
you're
was
like,
the
let's
first
go,
time I
boys.
played.
It was
Falls
Yeah,
through.
it was the first time. It's that area. It happened to me 5 times after that.
Jeez, I've honestly never fallen through the map once. I did. The only really bug I had that I had to restart my game for was the UI not disappearing, because I had a smart pistol
Yeah.
and the big old blue square would sit on the middle of my screen, and if I didn't have a gun,
Yeah.
it was annoying. So I'd have to
Huh.
save
Same.
and reload.
Sometimes
Like-
if you hit tab to get the scanner mode, it would get stuck. Or like an item that you found, the description on the right of it would get.
We gotta
Sorry,
follow.
it was just, it just like caught me off guard. I love it. But yeah.
Stopped you?
Yeah, I did. I have like really bad ADHD. Okay, this is gonna be off topic. I have really bad ADHD, and I got the coolest thing in the mail today. I got a fidget cube. You guys know what these are?
God.
Yeah.
Is it a cube you
it's
fidget
like-
with?
Yeah, it's a cube and it has like little like
The
tactile
all in
things on
one.
it. All in one. And
So
it's
like
the
you have a
greatest
rolling
thing ever.
ball, you have the switch,
The
the
clicker.
switch one,
got a
the,
joystick.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
And
like
little
it's
buttons.
all in one fidget tool.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Y'all remember the fidget spinners?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I love those.
Dude,
time
they
they
were
are.
such a huge trend. They just, holy cow.
And you have those people that went and spent their life savings on them, and then like a week later they weren't cool.
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, they
Lost all
died
their
so quickly. Like a
did.
meme.
God.
I mean,
remember
the people
seeing-
that made them probably made a
Oh, absolutely.
nice buck off of that.
Apparently,
mean-
they were out though for years prior to it actually becoming really big.
What made it really big all of a sudden then? Like, what the heck?
It just always takes that
I guess
one.
it was
one
because of
company.
the design, like it looked cool, and I guess one
Yeah,
cool
it was
kid
fairly unique.
made
Yeah,
it
one
cool,
kid.
and then that's how it spread. Now,
Probably some YouTuber.
did you all buy the fidget spinner in Roblox?
Wait, there's a fidget spinner in Roblox?
Yeah.
I'm sure
So
beyond
I
it.
remember like years ago, I saw this
Roblox.
YouTuber who wanted to go ahead and just like go into Roblox as a joke for a video, right? So he goes in, he buys a Ferrari, and he buys a fidget spinner, and the fidget spinner's like fucking humongous, and you got your block character just doing this in the Ferrari, and you
Yeah.
can like have it spin as fast as you want and whatnot, and like.
I haven't played
know.
Roblox
I don't
since I
know.
was like 12, bro.
They're good. I like them. They're fun. I need to constantly be like moving something in my hands, so I like them.
Somebody clip that because that can be used in multiple different ways.
my god. Yes.
This guy's already on it.
Yup.
you all.
I can put that on my model.
No, no.
Yes,
Please.
yes.
You can add it to your list. You're gonna have a separate section on SoundPad for
Just-
just
just-
Mantis quotes.
Mantis quotes.
Just Mantis. That's it.
Oh man.
Anyway,
How's Visage?
dude. Okay, so I freaking love horror games. Been playing them for years, and Visage was probably one of my favorites. Definitely in the top favorites.
I need to
mean-
set up so I can play some Amnesia again because I bought it and I haven't played it.
See,
Hydrate.
I never played Amnesia, but I think I might have to because I think they remade it. They remastered it. Am I wrong?
Did they
they
did they redo the Dark Descent?
I think they. I'm not sure
I
actually.
know they remastered the first one.
Yeah.
I know for a fact they remastered the first.
Yeah, 'cause I played that years ago, and like that's back whenever horror games were still extremely terrifying. I mean, they're still extremely terrifying, but
It's hard to find a scary one anymore.
like that
most of them are
was a really
crap.
good game. But I think I played the Bay of Pigs as well, and it wasn't very good to me. For me, I haven't played the newest one, the desert
No,
one. whatever it is,
Visage
but-
really reminded me of like your old school horror games. Like a lot of dread, jump scares occasional, not too many. The environment was fantastic. Just the lighting and the graphics were great.
That was such a weird game to
amazing.
watch you play. It was like I remember you going into. I guess you went through a mirror and all of a sudden you were standing in a womb.
Yeah, the
what?
freaking room.
What the hell
What
was
in
that all
the
about?
Kinky what?
Whoever developed the game in the concept artist behind it is really what grabbed my attention because I've been watching this game in development for a while now, and the only thing that stopped me from getting it, prior was that they were releasing chapters in, one chapter at a time in the early access. So I didn't want to play like an hour of a horror game and then play another hour later and another. But I think
Yeah.
it took me 10 hours to beat, which is pretty long for a horror game. So
I just popped
Hmm.
in a couple times to make sure he hydrated, but he wouldn't.
Oh my
like we got on a hydration spree, and then he just stopped drinking water. Like we couldn't make him
it
drink.
ran out.
He
Yeah,
could
I
have.
literally drank this huge thing of water.
Okay, there's this great invention. Someone came up. I don't know who made it, but it was made. It was made several years ago. It's called a sink.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
I never would have guessed what a fucking thing was.
Oh man, what does that do?
There's also the faucet or water hose. Like
Look, you have to understand. I'm in the mood. I'm playing horror game. I'm, getting spooky and all having. a
yeah,
good
you're
time. The last
sweating.
thing I
I'm
want to
trying
do
to.
is get up, take a break from the game, have to go switch my menus to go get a drink.
Listen, you got the spook sweats. I'm trying to keep the spook sweats going. You got to cool off. Gotta rehydrate. I spent
No,
all
you're-
of my
there's like
Mantis points on hydration, and he did it twice.
I was watching
because
that
everyone
stream.
else was doing it. Like I caught like
Yeah, they were.
20
I did
hydrates
it
in,
like a couple
1
times,
minute.
and it was like all hydration. My job here is done.
I was thinking about doing it too because I got like 300 points after watching it, and then you were like, "I'm out of water. There's nothing for me to drink," and I'm like, "Well, good. I'll save my points."
I used all of my
It was
points.
fun.
Who's
Now, imagine somebody with over 57,000 points.
Yeah.
You talking about yourself?
I
Hey, I have this great idea. Don't let Mantis know, but it's called hydration.
yes.
Great tell. What does this?
Okay,
No, I'm
so-
gonna increase
So
the,
you know
the
the
channel points.
You should. You should
50,000
make it
for
to
hydrate.
bits.
how much does anybody know? You know those water machines, that, like the giant blue things you like tip over into. Yeah. So
Like
how
a
much for
5 or
those?
10
You
gallon?
need to get one of those and just put a big old like 30-gallon jug on top of it. So whenever someone hydrates, you just pull a cup down and drink a cupful. Dude, you'll be
Yeah.
like so hydrated. How much are those? I might send you one.
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
No, there's someone. He has more points than me though, but I think it's Lydia. I have like 15,000 points. I have not spent it on anything.
Whew.
Forgot how many I have with her because it's quite a lot too.
You probably have like a couple 100,000.
No,
only-
I don't even have 100,000 with him.
But you've known
I
her
don't
so much
have-
longer.
It takes forever to get points.
I don't have a whole lot of
Yeah.
points in a lot of like Vrchat streamers because I spend it on telling them to like dab and stuff. And,
Yeah.
like, the only channel I have that I have probably like 60K in is the Asmongold one because he doesn't have anything or do anything like that. So I have so many points in him.
Disappeared.
Okay.
I mentioned
Why?
I think I have
and he-
quite a few on Jank's stream as well. I never spend on
Jesus.
anything.
Why?
Your hip tracker's
Fix
eating shit.
yourself.
you need me to call a medical professional because that does not look healthy. You know what? Maybe if you
Always up
hydrate,
anymore.
maybe if you hydrated
Just
more,
hydrate.
this
Yes.
would happen.
You know, actually,
I'm kinda good.
that's probably it.
I need
Stay
to
hydrated,
I don't
y'all.
have anything to hydrate though.
I do, but it's on the other side of the room, so I'm not going to go get it.
So
There's this great invention someone created. It's
called the
they
table?
didn't create it. They found it. No, it's called the Force.
Oh, okay. That's not what I expected at all.
You are.
Let me
you
just,
are having a rough time.
He's just
He's
no.
gonna.
He's gone.
So okay, guys. So we talked about Visage, like horror games. What was your favorite horror game?
Oh, jeez. Favorite horror game?
I really
Favorite horror game
enjoyed
all
Dead
time.
Space.
Dead Space.
Dead
is a great
Space was a lot of fun. I remember one thing in Dead Space as well. At the end, where you come, spoilers, sorry. Near the end,
Out for like 10 years.
whatever, dude. I'm being
You talking about the
generous.
first
It's 2 actually.
Okay, that's the only one I haven't played.
So at the end, it's been a while since I played, but there's these monsters that start showing up, these like modified monsters that don't fucking die. And I remember when I first encountered one, I blew off all his arms, his head, I blew off everything I could, and he would just regenerate and get back up. I fucking ran out of ammo on that son of a gun, and I was like, so am I supposed to run? Because he's at the door that I need to go to. And that guy's scary.
No, that whole game was terrifying. I that was like when I lived back in my mom's house, and I would go in the basement. The basement was like one of the actual basements that was underground and not just kind of like on the bottom floor.
Yeah.
And it's like it was like a bigger area, and it would be like 2 a.m. I have all the lights off. I'm freaking terrified. We had this like huge TV with like surround sound at the time,
Ooh.
and like I swear I would like see shadows in like the corner of my eyes, and you just see like they had the big arms and stuff. Game was so terrifying. I loved it.
I remember
Damn.
playing the first one, 12 or 13-year-old Shepherd at the time, I believe, thinking a game with a floating arm on the front of it in space was a good choice. And my
Oh.
parents approving and buying it, and me going and crying afterwards because I was terrified.
Yeah, I think my brother was actually the one who bought it for me. I had no idea what it was. He was just like, "Play this game. It looks scary and fun." Because he's a huge baby. He can't play scary games. Um, so he usually gave me the scary ones.
So some of my favorite ones that give a lot of nostalgia, because me and my friends used to look for multiplayer horror games all the time going through school, and one of them I do not remember the name of, but it was a multiplayer horror game. You played construction workers in the woods, and there was a werewolf, but it was kind of like Slenderman, but you didn't pick up objects; you just tried to survive, and it was like the most terrifying thing ever. The second one, Slender Tubbies.
What?
Wait,
Please tell me you guys have heard of Slender Tubbies.
I can't say I've
What
heard
is
of it.
Slender Tubbies?
no.
Okay, so it's a Slender Man-esque game that's multiplayer. You're playing Teletubbies, okay?
Oh my god.
And
Oh, I've
But-
seen them though.
you go pick up the vacuum pie things or whatever those things are called. There's like the purple pies the vacuum sucks up or
Yeah,
spits.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. That's what you're collecting instead of pages. And they're Slender Tubbies, which are Teletubbies that are bloody and scary looking, have scary faces, are chasing you while you're going for these pies. We never beat the game because it was funny just to look at the Slender Tubbies, but it was pretty spooky. It's pretty spooky.
You reminded
No.
me. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go.
So it's a little slightly off topic, but you reminded me. I remember going into a Best Buy with my parents, and this was when we got an Xbox, and I wanted to get some new games because I didn't have very many games. And I remember looking through the aisles, and I was like, I want to get a racing game today. And I saw this one, and I didn't think anything of it. It had a car on the front, and it was called Street Racing Syndicate. And I was like, this looks fun, right? And what I didn't notice is at first, before we already paid for it, there was a girl on the front, and she was pulling her pants down a little bit. And I'm like, I don't know what this game is, but whatever. And then I looked at the rating, and it's rated R, and I'm like, I'm like probably 9?
Oh no.
And yeah, that game had some graphic, nothing really showing, but really what they did was you could get girlfriends in this racing game, and then you could win races with these girlfriends, and then they give you a prize, and they were a video of just them dancing. And there was three stages of this video. Okay, normal, a little bit more skimpy, and then they're in bikini.
And it was at this moment
So-
I knew he'd been corrupt.
At that
where
moment.
Little Odd was playing with
Yeah.
his plasma pistol, huh? His plasma
Alright.
pistol then turned into a Spartan cannon.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Did you let it charge up all the, does it disable vehicles when you discharge?
Absolutely. Everything in
I mean,
like
You
a
know,
1,000
honestly,
yard
I think
radius.
if someone did that at my car, I'd probably stop too. So I mean,
I have reported several times. People have reported me to several times saying that someone died in a car accident because their car quit running.
is
No.
okay, the big question though. Is it green?
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Good enough.
This got derailed pretty quickly.
What were we
Yep.
talking about?
Talking about
Yes,
scary
it did.
games. So actually, I was one of those scaredy cats like back when Nightcore was smaller. I would have my older brothers play for me, or I would watch them, but I'd still get scared out of my goddamn mind. Stuff that I remember is like Resident Evil 2,
Yes.
Fear.
Oh my
That
god.
one
yeah.
messed me up, and I played it on my own one time, and holy shit, did I have an amazing time playing that. I wish I could play it again. Dead Space, my older stepbrother loved the series, so I saw him play all the way through, like all the games. Shit, like it was amazing. In fact, I still have Dead Space 1 on the, what is it, Origin?
Yeah.
Client. Yeah. So I have Dead Space 1. Maybe I should play.
Why?
Anyway,
Fly.
I tried
Um,
replaying it and I couldn't because
one creepy old
Uh-oh.
man. What am I, Shepherd?
You both
Hey.
are having a hard time today.
I was born like this. It's not my fault.
Jeez, maybe I can.
You know,
weird it this
honestly,
night or something.
No, there actually seems to be a trend of people getting my closet and stealing my armor sets right now. So if you wanted to do that, it probably would be okay.
Weren't you gonna
Yeah.
steal my clothes?
Oh yeah, I need to do that. You like
Yeah, you already took my identity. You might as well take Nightcore's clothes.
gotta find the stuff.
You can't
I'm
take my
probably gonna be
identity.
better here. Let's see here. Oh
You
yeah,
what?
one of the most notable
Don't take
horror
my
games that
identity.
I remember as a kid, like, and we're talking like PS1 era. Um,
Damn,
Parasite
I've never
Eve.
seen a PS1.
Parasite Eve. I didn't
Parasite
have
Eve was one of my all-time favorite horror, like, psycho games out there. Like, the way you play the game is just it's fantastic, man. Ooh, the photos in the photo system in that too was just creepy, creepy.
PS1. Um,
What's
so they're
Nah,
what?
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so I don't know if you guys know Alien Isolation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the Mother VR mod was in development for a few years, and it pretty much dropped off the face of the earth back in 2018. Well, the guy I saw because I was curious picked it back up. Said he's been working on a whole new project that he actually learned a lot from converting the one game that he was working on, and he said it's going to help him finish the Mother VR conversion of Alien Isolation. I don't know if you guys played Alien Isolation, but I never beat it because one, it was too freaking scary.
Yeah, it was.
I just could not get myself to do it, and two, the androids pissed me off at the end because I just could not get by them, so I just got frustrated. But I cannot imagine a room scale Alien Isolation where I can literally like crawl under a table or get into a cupboard and hide from that freaking alien because that would literally be
It'd be terrible.
horrifying.
Dude, if we
I,
could get a
I hated.
game in VR or a horror game for VR, I'm pretty sure most people would get more terrified than they ever would have. Because I don't
That's
get
why
terrified as badly in games as you guys do.
if you want, you know what I'm gonna say. If you want a terrifying VR game, Organ Quarter.
Oh.
It's Silent Hill inspired. Even starts in an apartment complex. It is the most
Oh, I think
horrifying game I've ever played.
It wasn't horrifying for me, but I do gotta say the scale of the game and like what you were able to accomplish like in VR while playing this game, that is where it was worth.
Yeah, because they nailed down the atmosphere, the sounds, the soundtrack, which is all composed by the composer who did it. It wasn't like bought or anything. They did everything in house. Is just amazing. Like it. I don't even know. It's just too good, and I've been wanting to replay it, but I tried to, and I just couldn't get. I couldn't because it's too scary. It's
Was that also a game where you'd have to use some kind of syringe to heal yourself up, or
yeah. It had the
my
syringes.
I hate that
It
shit.
had the
Half-Life, like, or Organ Quarter, or anything like that, like where you have to stab yourself with a fucking needle. Like, no, please stop
Yeah.
it with that bullshit.
It has the saving mechanics of the old Resident Evil, so you had to find like a TV that was like all gooey and like fleshy, and you have to like put your head inside of it.
Ooh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
nah,
And
fam.
like
Nah.
the monsters kind of
No.
remind me of Dead Space monsters, minus like having sci-fi technology on them. But it's so eerie, it's so creepy. The ambient sounds are just like weird gurgling and noises, and the setting is just like there was one point where you go down in a mine, and I literally looked. I could not look up. I was just like too afraid to look up what was in front of me. Um, so if you want a good VR experience, get Organ Quarter. It's well worth it.
I'll give it a shot, but we'll see. I don't usually get
What,
scared.
What organ can I buy with a quarter?
You can buy your
There's
dad.
eyeballs. I think there's eyeballs in there that you pick up.
Ew.
No, there's a jar of hair, an eye.
Ew.
Well, I mean, you didn't buy them. Like that was part of the
No, but
puzzle.
I'm sure if you had a quarter, you could buy it off someone.
So is there like an
The
organ vending
puzzles were
machine?
great actually in the game. How you had to put the body parts that were put into mason jars in
Yes.
specific places in
Nice.
accordance to what you saw like on the hopscotch
Hopscotch.
looking thing. So there was that. My favorite one was when you were down before, or actually during the mines, just before you get into it. How you had to put in the light nodes like into
Yeah.
the machine, and you had to do it in a specific way,
Yeah.
like because it has that whole like circuit board kind of deal.
Yep. Yep. The puzzles were very intuitive. They were challenging, but they weren't like overtly challenging like a lot of horror games have. Like not to rack on some of the horror games in VR chat, but whoever thought those puzzles were a good idea were just wrong.
Hmm.
Speaking of VR chat horror, I don't know what the name of the map is. One of the scariest things I've done in VR chat horror wise is the one you have to get into a coffin.
Isn't that
And
the
you have,
Huggy Dungeon series?
it may be, and you have to look around, and then the little girl pops out. Yeah,
Yeah.
then no, thank you.
See, I loved those maps, but the puzzles were just way too overly complicated for the most part.
I just didn't like
Yeah.
the little girl.
It's kind of like the maze map. It's just too complicated.
Do you have something to say,
So, y'all know Phasmophobia, right?
Nick?
Uh-huh.
It's been that trendy, like Ghostbusters kind of VR sensation, right? So
Yes.
I had a couple of friends that haven't played VR chat before, or don't actually have VR, or just started VR chat with the VR, stuff like that, right? My IRL friends. So, me and one of my best friends actually, we get on VR chat. And he wanted me to show him around, give him that whole VR chat experience. We were looking into horror maps, and we stumbled across this Phasmophobia map that somebody created. This map was a lot more intense and scarier than the actual Phasmophobia game itself. Like
Wait, like it has ghosts and stuff in it?
Really?
you have to do the objectives, and yeah, actually, yeah, like you don't figure out what type of ghost it is. You have to do the objectives. Like you have like
Yeah.
the cell phone, like where it tells you
Wow.
the EMF and the temperature. You have a camera that you actually use to flash to take a picture of the ghost. Um, you have flashlights and all that stuff. Like it's good.
Did you
So
save it?
I'm pretty sure if you search up Phasmophobia,
Oh,
you'll be
okay,
able to
cool.
find it.
I want to go check that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's exactly
like
what we did.
there's like maps of like the houses and Avatar.
Yeah, that's what I saw, but I never actually seen like an interactive.
Yeah, I don't see
That game fucked us up,
Oh,
dude.
I
Oh
wanna
my
do that.
god. The ghost itself, the spirit. Oh my god. It's like just some like scrambled black figure with red eyes. Like, oh my goodness, dude. Like we were there like the entire time, just like, nonchalant, like, hey puto, like come out, you wanna fucking mess with us? You ain't shit and all that stuff. Like, like we just kept on like just kept on roasting it. It was like the moment it fucking started a hunt. That was the scariest shit of our lives. We ran into the kitchen, into the pantry. We closed that goddamn door shut, and we were there like no mamas, no mamas, no mamas, right? No mamas.
I love horror games. They're just too much fun.
I
Fun and
prefer
scary.
I prefer ones you can do multiplayer wise. Like if you put me in a room, like I will not play a single player horror game by myself. Like no, it's like
No.
What
Faz.
about
That's like the Faz tutorial. I left. I didn't even do the tutorial. I left. No, it was like go down this long dark corridor and there's noises and stuff.
Yeah.
No,
I tried to do a couple hunts by myself. I lasted an hour. I was
Dumbass.
like, I can't freaking
I
do this
walked
alone.
in, I grabbed the TV remote, turned the TV on, looked at the controls, and then left the tutorial.
Nice.
Now, what do you think about the Forest? Because Forest is kind of like a horror game and a survival game combined. Have you played that in VR yet?
Yes, I have.
It's
The
so
only,
much fun.
I mean, I wouldn't really consider that really a horror. I mean, yeah, it's scary when you get a naked man that jumps out of a tree and lands on your face. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
terrifying. But
Well, the
I wouldn't
cave,
really
the
consider it
cave
a.
was scary.
Their
Yeah.
screaming was
If you're by
did give me some
yourself, I could see
chills.
it being more scary. But usually, I play the forest with people, so it's not usually that scary.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not
I think
one for survival games, so I don't stick to them. My friend and my what's it called? Yeah, my best friend here and a Polish friend of mine, like we all like played together, and like they were like experts on forest, and they're all like, okay, so we're gonna go over here to this cave, and we're gonna give you the samurai sword, and we're also gonna go ahead and give you the chainsaw and the climbing sickles and all that stuff. I'm like, what?
The scariest thing I've ever had happen in the forest is when you're playing with your buddies, you get a nice little wall set up, you finally finish your log cabin, which your friend then proceeds to name the Love Shack. He then goes off into the woods. You hear "Rah, rah, rah," cannibal squealing and screaming and the cutting of limbs. He comes back with a corpse, throws it into the Love Shack, turns off all the lights,
No.
and then all you next thing you know, the torso of said body is thrown out the door of the cabin, but the arms.
no,
That's probably the scariest thing I've ever had happen in the forest.
no, that's fair. That's fair. That's horrifying. Like, no, I don't know. I
No.
would like to see more survival games in VR though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
So something I want because like I'm not a big fan. I'm sure you all know about DayZ.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of the standalone, but back when it was just strictly an Arma 2 mod, I played so
Yeah.
many hours of that, dude. I freaking
Yeah.
loved it. I wish they would take something like that and turn it VR.
So,
I mean,
Shepard. Okay, so this was good and bad because unfortunately, the past couple days the server's been completely dead. But Nightcore, Odd, and myself, we found a Wasteland server on Pavlov, and I was telling you about this.
yeah, you said something about that.
So it was amazing because it literally had like all the aspects of the Arma Wasteland components of it. It had a map. It had a team system where you could, go to the server list and form a team. And you started off in random parts of an island. And you had to just survive. You looted weapons and ammo and equipment, and you
Clowns were
fought
annoying.
against other people. And there was it's up to 41 other players in
Yeah,
Pavlov
I
on
want
this
I
island.
want to try that. That sounds amazing.
But so
Yeah.
what happened, what I'm thinking is what happened is that another server was made. It's like survival something, but think of DayZ style, like in the woods with the houses and stuff, but there's no loot. There's
Mm.
no loot. But the server is so populated, like it's full, but like one person has a gun and all they would do is hide in a house and shoot everyone from the window because no one else could find any loot. And I was talking to the people in the server, I was like, why are you guys playing this? There's no loot. And then the one guy was like, if you keep talking bad about the server, I'm gonna ban you. And I was like, okay. Go ahead. It was like some kid. I was like, well,
Dude,
your
that
server's crap.
Jeez.
But no, they're Pavlov, I think, is gonna be the formal route of DayZ like Arma servers that we're gonna see in VR.
If I get that fixed, I totally want to try that because that sounds amazing.
It's not even
Yeah.
fixed. It's just not freaking populated. I don't know why everyone went to that stupid server. There's nothing to do there. Because Pavlov has the ability to have zombies. So if someone just puts the zombies in one of those maps, gets the server populated, gets a little bit of food and water going, we would literally have DayZ Pavlov.
It could be because I mean they have to do some editing to the zombies because the zombies in Pavlov, as soon as they spawn in, they target you and they run at you.
Yep.
So that would be a problem because they don't just sit there and wander around
Yeah.
aimlessly. So they'd have to do something.
No, they do. They do. You remember that one map we did? We had a big event, and it was 2 teams, and there were still zombies in this map.
Yes.
But we had to
No,
grab all
you're
the
right.
weapons.
The island map. That it was pretty much DayZ.
Except
the
that we didn't
zombies-
loot.
What's what?
We didn't do the looting part. All the weapons would spawn back with us on our spawn point.
Yeah. But you could still loot. It still had loot. The way they had it set up is there was a certain amount of weapons in the beginning, but you could still find better or more equipment out in the island. But they had zombies, and the zombies were there, but until you reached a certain perimeter, then they would go after you. It was really well done. It's still there, But the only problem is someone just needs to put it in a custom server, have no teams, and bump up the players.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, we could probably do that ourselves, to be honest with you, because
We can.
with the server
Don't know
tool is
how.
available there on Steam.
And
So
they're
if
doing
someone
contest right now, $10,000 for a map. If
are
anyone
they?
wants to.
I only know like one person working on a VR chat world right now, so it's like.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's
I'm
just
pretty
you
sure it's the
get
same
like
person.
all their assets and building blocks basically, and you just find a way how to make a map.
Pro.
You still have to set up all of
No, I know
the
it's a learning
behaviors
curve.
and
It's a learning
stuff.
curve.
Yeah,
But
that's a lot of work. Oh, bye, shut.
And bye, driver.
I'm just hoping that Wasteland server gets populated again because that was so much fun. I want to see that server grow, not or fix the survival one where there's actual loot. It was
So
boring.
after this, I may go check to see if that's even.
Yeah,
If
I kind of
Go
want to check.
ahead. I mean, this new update for Pavlov is just
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I haven't
World
even
War
got
II
awesome.
stuff is so much fun. I was playing earlier today. At least the World War II stuff's actually popular. I was really afraid that people would not be playing it.
So what all did they add compared to the mods? Like,
So it looks like they worked with whoever made the initial World War II mods with. But basically you have Germans, Americans, and British forces, and it's split between the Axis and Ally weaponry. So you have the KAR-98, the MP-44, the MG-32, I think it is, bazookas and Panzerschrecks, and they also added tanks,
jeez,
3-man crew tanks. So you have a driver,
pretty
a
awesome.
machine gunner, and a regular rocket gunner, and they work very flawlessly. Like just really nice.
I'd
Really
imagine it probably has a
cool.
lot more polish on it since it's an official update, not a mod.
Yeah,
So
it is. So like the
Yeah.
driver, you have like the 2 sticks, and you kind of like work at like a forklift or
I
whatever,
can
and like
return lawnmower.
yeah, it's
Yep.
crazy. And but the
The tank
Stalingrad
and
map is really nice, and the new maps are really good. But I think they did a pretty good job, and I like the new ammo system because you have to find like the appropriate ammo and have it on your chest to like
Oh,
be able to use certain weapons. So like you can't just pick up another weapon from a dead body
and the
and
ammo
not
pops
have
up
the
on there.
appropriate ammo,
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
which is nice because like in the previous ones you would just grab it and then you just reach in your pouch and have infinite ammo.
yep.
But the World War II stuff, like I haven't tried the regular base. I don't know if that changed at all. But the World War II, if I have a KR-98, I can't just pick an M1 Garand and have infinite ammo. It's really nice.
I mean, it technically did with that map that we were in Thursday. They had different
Did it?
types of ammunition, yeah, and we had to figure out because sometimes you couldn't even get ammunition for the gun you got.
Yeah.
You remember we were trying to figure out what some of the ammunition was for.
Yeah. That's right. I don't know if you wanted to say something. You had your hand up.
Well, I mean, they've changed the weapons, like even in the main game, like the reloading and all that stuff. Like some of the way that some of the way that these guns used to work aren't the same anymore, and it kind of pisses me off
Like
because
which
really?
one?
I've thrown off. I'm all.
I haven't tried the base weapons.
But they did redo the actual maps, and they're actually better. Like
Yeah.
the one that like stood out to me the most was data center. So I mean there isn't
Classic.
too much of a big change to data center, but what they did show off was that you can use your gun to smack the windows, break the glass. You can fall off the building and break into the floor below you, like
Ooh.
with your gun again, and like just like be behind enemy lines. Like it gives like more play style now. Like, and I'm not talking about like shooting the window or anything like that. You actually
Yeah.
use your fist to smack the window, and it will break.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
You can break the ground too, like and fall through
Oh,
floors.
now if it turns into siege, that's where it's gonna
That's
get
would be
even
that
crazier.
would be fun. Someone
Blue.
was working on a siege game a while ago, but I think it died. Development died on it.
Nah, no, that was fun stuff. So let's take a step back here then, back to our horror games. For my first horror game I think I ever played was Doom 3.
Ah, Doom 3.
I'll tell you what, that did give me some chills. I mean,
Yeah.
Dead Space did as well, but fuck, damn, that shit was good.
Doom 3 was great. It had that horror aspect, but being Doom at the same time, which was great. All the dark areas and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never.
I was spooked in it.
There's so many places in Doom 3 where you just kind of walk up. I got to the point, I got skittish at some point, where you walk into a new room and they would just jump out at you in certain places and you just don't expect it. And I got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm checking every single corner, even if it's just like a 2-foot high box, because they would pop out of that box or something. Yeah, I might have got a little skittish
VR
at that
mod
game.
for that's really good.
VR mod for Doom 3?
That's the only Doom I play is the one in this game.
Yeah, they
didn't
have the
know
whole
that.
game Doom 3 for VR. There's a VR mod, and it's like very well done. Very well done.
I need to
I
find
will
this
send
game.
you a link. I will find it because it is very, very good. It's very well done. The weapons and everything. I played that before it was even updated, like continuously improved.
Damn. Yeah, no, I need that one. I tried to do some Amnesia, The Dark Descent, a while back. I made some attempts at streaming it, but no one wanted to watch. I don't think I got very far because I remember just kind of walking around trying to find stuff. The wall caved in at some point. Yeah.
So-
Wasn't.
Just to step back real quick from Amnesia, because I think it's a funny story, is that with Doom 3, I will always remember when it first came out playing it because I had to play it with red specks everywhere. So when it came out was when my brother was learning how to overclock.
Oh, okay.
He fried his GPU, but he didn't want to admit that he did wrong. So he told me that's supposed to be there, the red dots everywhere, and you would only anywhere it was dark, you would see these red specks everywhere. I mean, it was like polluted the screen, and then there's me, like little mantis, like, oh, this is really fun. Like, look at all these like cool graphics with the red dots everywhere. Like everywhere it was dark, and I thought it was perfectly good, and it still scared the shit out of me playing. I just goofy.
I kind of want to know what that looked like. That's stupid.
Like like if you take spray paint and you spray a wall like from a distance, and it makes those red little tiny dots everywhere. It was like that.
Yeah. Okay. So it didn't do it on like while you were looking around. It put it onto the objects.
Yeah,
Is
it
what
was
you're
like
saying.
anywhere it was dark, like it would just be red specks everywhere.
Jeez.
Rip GPU.
Yeah, but I just picked up Layers of Fear VR. I heard was really good, kind of like
Give it to
the
me.
same style with Visage.
Give it to me.
I haven't heard of.
Give it to me.
Give it to you.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Did you ever play Layers of Fear?
Oh, I only heard fear, so never mind.
Oh, Fear. No, Layers of Fear. No, Fear was amazing. It was one of my favorite horror games. But no, Layers of Fear, they just made it into the VR version. I heard it's really, really well done. So I just got that. I'm gonna stream it, but I'm having a little issue setting it up with the LIV program, which is it's making me frustrated.
What is the LIV?
So Live is a program that is a way to do mixed reality, but they also have an avatar component where you can use an avatar that you import like this one, and have like a mixed reality if the game supports it. So the games that actually support it are super cool, like Blade and Sorcery. You can import and do mixed reality with your avatars, so it's actually like you're in the game, like with the objects from the viewpoint of the player character, and it actually
I need to
looks
get
like
my Halo model into
can.
Blade Sorcery then.
You can, and it's supported. But the games that it's not supported, then you have to create an overlay system where you basically take what you're doing and you make a green screen effect, and it just sits on top of the game. It's not like you're inside the game. It's kind of like if you've
Okay.
ever watched me play Contractors, that's what I do.
Right.
I'm having this issue where for some reason my overlay it wants to capture the game as well, so it's not overlaying correctly. So like behind my avatar you see my point of view and you shouldn't. So I'm like struggling with that. But anyway, that's
That's
just
weird.
But Layers of Fear is what the next horror game I'm gonna do, and I'm pretty excited about it.
So it's called Layers of Fear. So is it like a scary onion or something? Like,
It's
Yes.
Shrek.
It's Shrek.
yes.
All ogre now.
It's all okay now.
That's just what I thought of. It's like Layers of Fear. An onion has layers. Every time you peel one back, is it just like
It's
a
scarier and scarier.
scary? It's just a rotten onion. That's all it is.
It's all it is.
That's the whole game.
Right at the core.
Layers of Fear.
But I had the game in mind. Oh, do you guys remember when Slenderman was the big thing?
Yeah, I never got into Slender Man.
I played it a few times, got like 2 pages, then cried and crap myself because it was spoopy.
Yeah. I don't know how people beat that game. You know, I even
Too
did
scary
several
for you?
times. No. At first it was like, it kind of got me a couple times, but I was determined at one point. I was like, I'm going to get all these pages. And so I fought to get all those pages. And I think I got 4 pages, and then I was forced to turn around. It happened like 3 times in a row, and I was like, you know what, I'm done.
and it broke.
Yeah, it's like if he doesn't force you, he moves so fast that you can't get away from him to collect any more pages. It's
Yeah, you
ridiculous.
can't even look at him either to be able to stop him, because when you're looking at him, that's when he's going to get you. It doesn't make any sense to me.
The only time I played Slenderman was in here in VR chat because they had that one map.
There's a VR chat Slenderman.
Yeah, I've tried a couple of them. One of them broke for me. Sucks.
Yeah, I think one is like permanently broke, but the one it was just you're in the woods and you go collect the pages and then Slenderman chases you.
Huh.
Fun when you're first starting out with like VR chat and VR. Kind of after that, it's like meh.
Yeah, it's like freaking the Gary's mod version of it. They can do something like that where one player can be the Slenderman and then just go around and scare everyone like in that.
That would be
That'd be
fun.
Except it's the Shepherd Man and I appear.
You're gonna have to make that chapter because I don't think anyone else will. No, I'm waiting for a Left 4 Dead VR game.
Yeah, they need that.
That's what I want. And the what was it? Walking Dead, not Saints and Sinners. There was another one. You guys remember the name of it?
Is it the one where you're with like Rick and Daryl?
Yeah, it's like the official Walking Dead game.
Yeah, they got negative reviews. Yeah, I forgot what the name was called, but I know what you're
'Cause
talking
they
about.
were originally supposed to. It was originally supposed to be like Left 4 Dead, but like near the end of development, they said we're just doing campaign. That was
Huh?
supposed to be the Left 4 Dead of VR, and they freaking backtracked on it. I was so upset because I was
That's
following
dumb.
that for years, just waiting for it. Because Saints and Sinners was amazing. I would be willing to replay that. Because when I had my 2070, the Super, the one you bought off me, I had a little bit of judder and stuff with that because it was pretty intensive on the unit. But that game was so good, like, and it was creepy and it was eerie and the
I-
story was really good.
I have a funny story for that. So like my mom, she loves The Walking Dead. So I thought, oh, it'd be funny to let her try this, But I was gonna make her go through the tutorial first. In the tutorial, they've got zombies with the bags on their heads that reach
Yeah.
out and grab you, and you got to shake them off. Well, she was in my VR headset, and I was sitting right next to her, and that zombie
no.
reached out and grabbed her, and I grabbed her in real.
Oh,
Oh
Oh,
my
dude.
god.
You're terrible.
She literally like unsocketed her arm or something like that. She was in a lot of pain after that. Like she went to the doctor. They didn't know what was wrong. Like it's good now. We're good. But it was.
Never.
It was-
Oh, man. I set that rule whenever I have people over to try out my VR. I
Yeah.
haven't had people over in a while now, but I set a rule every time. As soon as we get started, I'm like, all right, no one touches the dude playing the VR game. and it worked unless if I was in it. For whatever reason, everyone
used to it.
still thought.
You're used to it.
Still, man, you can still get scared or jump scared.
You can.
It feels
but someone who's
weird.
not used to it and gets
Yeah.
broken out of immersion like that. You're crossing those two realities. It's like I've seen people like lose it. Like Shepard's mom, pretty much breaking her arm.
I won't get in my VR headset anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you ruined it. Good job.
You just killed it. Oh,
There,
goodbye.
you get something to the floor.
Oh man. What's with all our tracking today? Well, mine's actually doing fine, but whatever.
You know what it is? It's this side of the table.
Is it?
Because this side of the table is having the issues, but our side of the table, we're fine. So it just must be something about this.
Maybe we're
So-
just lucky. Just got Shepard T posing in the camera.
The last podcast we did, you were the one that had trouble.
It's true. He was having trouble.
I'm just talking about today, okay? I'm not
Just
talking about
today.
last week, my computer RAM exploded or something. That was just
Well,
something broke in my computer.
You
And
just
I had
don't
my.
want to say
and-
how you messed up putting in your.
Hey, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I was literally just about, and I had my graphics card in the wrong PCIe.
Yep.
Noob.
Just, it wasn't causing the issue though.
Yep.
I wasn't getting the max performance out of my 3090.
Didn't put it in right.
Oh my fucking!
I get that a lot.
I get that a lot.
I mean, never.
By a lot, I mean never.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, don't put your graphics card in the right spot, guys.
Yeah, always put it the closest
Don't
to the CPU.
put it in the right
Put it
spot.
to the
Right,
CPU.
right.
Well, you know what's funny is that my brother did the same thing,
Mhm.
and he's supposed to be some like computer genius, and
It
he
runs
fucked
in the
up.
family.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Your brother broke his GPU. You broke your RAM. You almost did.
No, I broke my RAM. That RAM was like 8 years old.
Jesus.
Still kicking.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's better than my story on my first PC that I built. I mean, fuck. My
Literal time.
current PC that I've got right now, I used to just play game on laptops, and I still have my last laptop, but I spilled water on it, so it still works, but the battery doesn't charge anymore. And I finally was like, all right, I got plenty of money. Let's go ahead and build my first PC. And I have a friend that I talk to who knows computers really well. He's like your brother. And I went and started off with a Ryzen, and he picked the motherboard. I picked the GPU. Day one, I started that machine up. After putting it together, I heard a ticking sound. Tick, tick, tick,
Oh,
tick, tick,
no.
tick, tick. Didn't know what it was. I stopped all the fans. None of the ticking never stopped. And in the end, after, I think it was the first couple of days was all right, but like 3 days later, it started freezing on me. Like, whole system frozen. I have to unplug it and plug it back in to get it to respond. And it started doing it sooner and sooner every time I would boot it up. So at first it would do it in 2 hours. Then it moved to every 10 minutes. I don't know what it was. I ended up returning the CPU and the motherboard and got the replacements. And at the time, I also bought a 2070 because I wanted 2 GPUs in my machine. And I got my new 2070. I got it all plugged in. I'm playing it. About 2 weeks later, the GPU starts artifacting.
Oh my god.
Not to mention how many window errors I've had in the time of it failing. Because even after I got my GPU replaced, I had my so I had the 2070 and I had an RX 590 in it, AMD and NVIDIA. After the GPU was replaced, I still had blue screens randomly. And I reinstalled Windows because Windows would have missing files or corrupt. I went down this road and finally come down to it. I had to take the RX 590 out because it doesn't communicate nicely with the NVIDIA. And I was like, okay, maybe all my problems are done. A week later, Windows error again. Had to reinstall Windows for like the 4th fucking time. Maybe it was
So
the 5th.
annoying.
I don't know.
It's so annoying.
No problems after that. Then 6 months later, my RAM fails.
Your tongue's out.
Woo woo.
Put your tongue away.
Just salivating at the thought of your computer.
The thought of the computer dying.
So, like I said, 6 months later, one of my RAM sticks go bad, and I was so mad that I went and I just said I bought a new set of RAM sticks. I still got them replaced, but as soon as I got them replaced, I sent them to my friend.
Oh.
And then the upgrading happened. And then I would not stop upgrading my CPU or PC because I got a new cooler. By the way, this cooler that I got has issues all the damn time. I'm about to go buy a new water cooler. I got a
No, dude, get the giant fan.
Yeah, I
No.
don't trust water coolers.
Get
I
the
no,
hot
I found
hot
this. So my
Tukua,
friend
not Tukua,
today
I don't know how to say it.
he's got this on his, and he's CPU. He has the same CPU as I do. It's running at like 25C.
Holy crap, that's cold.
Okay, and Chicago, I think, is where he lives. I'm not sure if it's cold there right now. And
Yeah, it would be.
so it's called Be Quiet. It is the most basic cooler I've ever seen in my life. It's got 2 pumps on it, 3 fans. It's one of the big ones. And he's like, this thing is quiet and cold. There's no RGB on it. There's only one light on it, and you can easily turn that off, and it's on the pump itself.
Is it water?
Yeah, it's water cooled.
I'm too afraid to do water cooling.
Yeah, same. I
It's
would like it would bust or something, and I'd lose
It
my
just spill
computer.
everywhere.
If you're doing making your own water cooling, yeah, but if you just buy an AIO, the chances of that breaking is pretty doggone slim.
Knowing
Because-
my luck, it would.
Yeah, same.
Well,
I'd like plug it in and turn it on. It would just come out.
you don't have to worry about that because even if that happens to you, the company, their policies
they will
usually they will
replace
replace
it, won't
all of it. You break your computer,
yeah, but
they'll
what
replace
if you
it.
have like a 3080 or 3090? You're fucked because they're not gonna be able to replace it.
It's true. It's true. You
Or
can
what
put
if I tell them I
propeller in.
have a 3090 when they've got a 2070 Super?
They're gonna want you
Ooh.
to confirm
And
that.
they're gonna
though.
want a receipt.
Yeah.
What if I don't have any?
They're
Find it on the internet.
You're probably
Fake
out of
one.
luck. I
Like
don't tell ya.
like write it on a piece of paper. I have a 3090.
I am not thirsty for Monster
Monster.
Energy. Get out of here. Non-sponsored. Non-sponsored. They just keep trying to get me to drink it.
I don't know what it is, but that one drink just
They
constantly
wanna be
respawns on the table.
official drink for the Normandy.
The
Yep.
official drink of Commander.
But anyway, so the cooler that I got, it is an Asus Ryujin. There's 3 different styles, and they depends on their fan size. I wanted it because it had an OLED display. It has a screen on it, and I was like, I'm gonna put a GIF of Monica on that, and I did. Well,
Oh yeah.
that thing made by Asus is programmed god awfully. It's corrupt right now. Okay, the display's not even working right now after my new SSD, and the little LED strip on it never shuts off, even if the system's shut down.
What the heck?
I'm so confused by it. It's probably because I don't have the program, but I can't run the program when I'm playing games because it's a violation to their services. So it's like, what the hell, Asus? So
Isn't
that's
Monica like burned into it too? Like it's
oh, she's
constantly
hardcore
on it?
burned into it. Actually, at first, I didn't have a GIF that I wanted to use because I wanted to try to find a GIF that wasn't white. Because since it's an OLED display, burning in, just like you said,
Yeah.
I was doing some testing with it. The original GIF that was in it was a mouse smoking, and you could just see his cheeks puff up and then smoke coming out. I loved it, but like I said, it got burned in when I finally put the Monica on, and I could see it there, so it just kind of looks like shit. But now it doesn't even work. The
Why
base,
can't they-
the
No, go
reason
ahead, go
it's
ahead.
corrupt, like how I know it's corrupt, is because they have a default screen for it or GIF.
Yeah.
Well, since it's corrupt, it can't play it.
Just Monica's stuck on it. It's fitting for you, on.
Monica
She's
finally took it
slowly
over.
deleting your computer from the
Yeah.
inside.
Maybe
Honestly, I
that's what
think
it
that's
is.
what's
Maybe
happening
Monica's the
because
virus.
I still have a shit ton of PC issues. Like, they're
Listen,
insane.
I think that Monica is the problem in your life. And it's time to
I know she is. I can't,
Fine.
dude. She's already burned into my soul.
She's right there on your arm.
She's right there on my arm. What do I do? Help!
rehab therapy.
I need a
Okay,
therapist.
do you have Doki Doki Literature Club installed on your computer?
No, I uninstalled it. I already finished
Okay,
it.
never mind. You got rid of the problem.
It's
but
never
it's
truly
got a
uninstalled.
It's
lingering
never
program.
truly uninstalled.
Is that why you're just like a skull? Like you have no flesh? Is
No,
Monica,
we could go with that, but the other reason the skull is here is because I had it for Halloween, and then I took it off for one model, and everybody hated it. And they were like, "Put the skull back," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll
I
put
know
the
it's
skull
weird.
back."
I can't see Odd without a skull or Monica.
Yeah.
I mean, I
You
can
are
see
now
with
just a
skull.
skull.
Yo, you got to do
But-
something to where on your Monica model where you can tear your flesh off and just be a skull.
Jesus Christ.
That'd be hard to do, to be honest.
My phone is ringing.
I'm
Is it
doing that.
Tolly?
I'm doing that.
You should.
That would be pretty
Skull
funny.
Monica, huh?
I just walk up to you guys and they'd be like, "No, that's not Odd. Odd isn't a female. You're usually a Spartan." And then just rip off the skin, and there's the skull. And they're
Nope,
like,
it's me.
"Ah, that's Odd." Oh man, the
Christ,
the shit you could do.
Right.
Oh man. What were we talking about before we went off topic?
hell
Oh,
were we talking- I don't even know.
PCs still.
Horror games.
Horror games, but then we started talking about PCs. That's probably fine anyways. We're at 2 hours now anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It, or...
Yeah, let's go ahead and call it.
Shepherd's just like,
Let's just have Broken
Our
Shepherd
special
over here.
guest is
currently
I think
having some
he's
issues.
been called back to the Normandy.
He's
think-
yeah. There he is, just over there on the phone. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and cut that. We had fun, Shepard. Thanks for joining. If you're listening, you were a great guest.
Oh, I think he's
I
coming
think
back.
he's returning.
Maybe.
give it a moment.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, Shepard. You've been
Yes.
a great guest.
It was a pleasure having you,
Of course.
Commander Shepard.
You, Commander.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Wait, hold on.